holiday season, you guys. And today we are going to make, yes, it's got to have a Christmas ingredient. Think about it. It's a dry fruit. Think about it. Okay, I'll tell you. It is cranberry walnut cookies. One of my favorite things to make, and it's so important when you're making cookies that you make sure your butter does not have to sit out room temperature. A lot of people think that, and what happens is when the butter is too soft, the cookies don't have the height that it needs. So we're going to go in the kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to properly make some walnut cranberry cookies during the season. So let's get in the kitchen. Let's make some walnut cranberry cookies. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, you guys, so these are the ingredients that we need for our cookies. And this is going to be a very simple recipe. It's not going to be complicated, so you guys can do this. So first, you want to get your oven on 350. That's important. You want to have a preheated oven. And these are very simple ingredients. So anybody can do this. I know y'all heard that noise. I was just now cracking my eggs. Okay. So we're going to use 1 egg for a binder. So we have 12 tablespoons of butter. And you guys know I do not soften my butter. Then we have some orange zest here, and we have 2 cups of flour, and we have like 1 teaspoon of salt, and we have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is unsalted butter. That is why I put salt in the flour. This is your brown sugar, and because I want a little of that molasses taste, so I added 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar. These are my walnuts, and if anyone you know have a nut allergy, just don't put them in there. This is the egg. 1 egg, room temperature, is going to help bind it. And these here, you guys, these are interesting. These are actually cream cheese chips. Then we have our vanilla extract, and we have our cranberries, dry cranberries. You can use fresh cranberries if you like. It's going to make the cookie a little bit more softer if you use fresh cranberries, but remember to make sure you get all the moisture out of it, okay? So we're going to do what we call a creamy method. So first of all, I need to do a creamy method, which consists of butter and the sugar. And the key to these cookies, you guys, you have to make sure that this goes all the way from just to get a nice fluffy flow to it. So we're going to mix it for like 3 minutes or so, okay? And that's important. That's the whole purpose of a creamy method. If you don't get this right, your cookies do not come out right, okay? So we're just going to raise this up. And remember, you guys, I said I was having some issues with this KitchenAid here. Hopefully it'll make it through the new year, because I'm just going to have to get another one. So this is a great investment for me. I have to make sure I stay on top of my appliances, especially when I'm cooking. So I have a lot of appliances in here because I can cook several different things at one time. So let's turn this on. And it's going to go for a while, you guys. It's going to go for about 3 minutes or more, okay? I want everything to come together to look like one. So you guys stand by, and we'll get to look and see what it looked like after they become one. So you guys see how it looks now, right? Okay, so stand by. Okay, you see how it's coming together? You guys can see that. I know you can. So I have my room temperature egg. It's a binder. It's going to drop that in there. I'm going to let it continue for a little bit just to get the egg to incorporate, okay? That is what I'm doing. Turn it up a little bit. So this is so important to get this method right. We have to get this part right. This is so important. So we're gonna let that be till it get nice and fluffy. So stand by, you guys. So we have it nice and creamy. So let me show you guys. See how creamy that looks? It almost looks like a light peanut butter, but it's not. So our next step, and that's that brown sugar, the molasses in the brown sugar is going to give the cookie a little extra flavor. It's a build to everything. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the vanilla extract. So this is important. Do not use any artificial stuff. Okay? You know, because they think it's cheaper, but it won't taste good if you guys get artificial vanilla extract. Don't do it. Just don't. And then we have our orange zest. So because holidays, colors, flavors, when you think of cranberries, I think of oranges. They go together. So I figured I would add that in there. So let's bring this back up to speed. Bring it together. And so these three ingredients here, I'm not going to blend them in. I'm going to fold them in. Fold them. And this is going to come together. And it already is. So I'm going to turn it off. I want to scrape down on the sides. All that deliciousness. Butter, sugar, lemon zest, vanilla extract. No imitation. No imitation. Now, I could dehydrate these cranberries to bring a little bit more flavor to release in there, but like I said, I want to do the dry ones. So cooking times are different. So if you have the dry cranberries, you want to cook them for less time than you would if you have fresh cranberries. Now, if you have fresh cranberries, chop them up, rough chop them, and then make sure you try to get as much moisture out of them as possible. All right? So this is like 1.5 cups here, okay? That's what that is. But what we are going to do, we are going to add the flour. Remember, I said those ingredients, we were not going to add them. We were going to fold them in. So the trick to this again, and you guys should know, right? Don't over mix. All right, so now watch this. I'm not gonna mix. I'm not gonna mix this too long. So people who have a KitchenAid, y'all know what I'm talking about. So listen, lock that in. Go under there. Twist your paddle down so it hit like it can come undone, but it can't because we lifted it up. We were just trying to get to the bottom to make sure we get everything mixed together. And whatever else doesn't get mixed together, I'm going to fold it in anyhow. So let's turn this on just for a few minutes. No, not even a few minutes, to be honest with you. Nope, not even that. So you don't want to do it too fast because flour will go all over the place. So that's it. I'm not doing anything else to this right now. I'm just going to make sure I get everything down. That's important. I don't want to get everything off of the paddle. So with the KitchenAid, you guys, you got one from bread. That's one you can put on. You could just do on bread if you're just trying to knead some bread. You also have another one. It's like for whisking. Like you guys see me do the one where I did the meringue, and I use a whisk. But with the cake, I don't. I use the paddle. And I have extra things that I added onto this so I can make my own pasta. And you also can make your own sausage out of this KitchenAid. You just got to buy all these extra attachments. But for those who love to cook, y'all know what I'm talking about. Other people, no, I just want to make the cakes. I ain't trying to do all that extra stuff. But, you know, for my bread, I really don't use that for my bread. Now, if I'm making dinner rolls, I use it. But all the other ones, I really don't. I just need it myself. But just so I won't risk overdoing it. And bread, you know, it's different when it comes to cake. And it all depends on what kind of bread you're making. You know, so when I was in school, there's 12 steps to making bread. Look it up. Y'all think I'm kidding? Nah, I'm serious. 12 steps, y'all. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to detach this. See how easy that was? Now we have our cookies in here, you guys. This is how the dough should look. See how formed it is? So the risk of letting your butter get room temperature, the cookies really don't hold their shape. So I'm going to put the cranberries in there first. So that's important. You know, that is another reason why I do not, thaw out let it hit room temperature. I said thaw. Lord have mercy. So this is where, for me, I use my hands. Now, I am not making this for myself, but I'm still going to use my hands. But I have gloves on too. And I got the see-through gloves on today. I was hoping you guys could see my nails. Yes. These are my walnuts. These are my cream cheese chips. So you guys, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a while. I'm going to let it get a little hard. And then I'm going to bring them out and I'm going to put them on a 1-inch scoop because I want all of the cookies to be the same size. And then we will go from there. We're going to get them on a cookie sheet, okay? So let's get this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. That's it. Okay, you guys, so I have the cookies, and this is the scoop that I used. So it's so important that the cookies are the same size, so they'll cook evenly. Most important, if you notice, I don't have them too close to the edge because they're going to spread. Never pat your cookies down to be the shape you want it to look afterwards. Let the heat do that, okay? And the reason why I put it in the refrigerator longer, because it'll come out of my scoop when it's more firm, and I don't have to keep dipping it to kind of get that off of there. So that is why I put it in the refrigerator, to get it a little bit more firm so they can come out. Normally, in the culinary world, to get the cookies to look identical, you weigh them. And even if you have a scoop, because you're going to go on the over top a little bit past the scoop, and then you want to weigh them to make sure that they weigh the exact same. And how do you know where to start? So the ratio for me with 2 cups of flour is the body of the recipe in a sense of how many it'll make. So 2 cups of flour will make about 24 cookies. All right, it doesn't really matter the sugar content because that's going to dissipate. I'm talking about from the body of the cookie as far as the amount of quantity. So I would say for 2 cups of flour, you will get 24 cookies. And it also depends on other ingredients that you may add to it. So we're going to get these in the oven and we are going to cook these. Because they're dry, we're going to probably go like 10 minutes. And everybody's stove varies, and based on where they live varies too because of elevation. So that's different. You have to do a lot of test cooks, to see. Sometimes you can reserve some of your product and do a test cook first and see how you want it to come out, how you want it to look. And then you can go for that a little bit and see how long you want it to go. So this is going to go in the oven for 10 minutes on 350. Okay, you guys? Let's go. Okay, you guys, this is it. Cranberry walnut cookies. And remember I was talking to you guys about the ratio? So when I say 2 cups of flour for the body, make sure you're using a 1-inch scoop. So you can buy all different sizes that you need depending on what recipe you want. And only cook them, like I said, for like 10 minutes. this is it. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for a spoken word. Don't go. Don't go. God owes me nothing. I, Dolores, owe him everything. There is nothing I can do to earn his love. It's freely given. My heart and my soul cries gratitude. It is personable and intimate. So I call him Abba.